The first piece is called He Almost Had Me. He almost had me. For a second there, he made me believe I was of him. He made me believe I was guilty, still in captivity, allowing me to fill my belly with polluted lies. Nice try, devil, you almost had me. You see, I got lost in the lie that no matter how hard I try, my life will never amount to something. That my sins were never really forgiven or forgotten. He said, I'd better respond to that altar call again because I'm probably not really born again. He said, I know you've already done this before, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And sorry. How long do you expect to keep up with the act? Because you know righteousness can never be used as a term to describe you, and people can never really see past the real you. You can never really be a true ambassador of him. And you shouldn't really be going around speaking of him in that altar neck dress. You lack respect. Aren't you scared you'll misaddress or misrepresent him? You're really having the counter effect. Not pulling people to him, but pulling them away with the way that you speak. People can only focus on your thick hips and your black lipstick, so you're really doing nothing but confusing them. Because when you speak, people think you're seducing them. Stirring up confusion rather than seduction. Yet you know your God is in the utter of confusion, so you're really blowing your cover. People are starting to uncover the real you, because if you keep standing in the spotlight, someone will soon spot that something isn't right with you. You'll be caught in the act. They'll find out you're not a V. You'll be charged with adultery. And according to the law, you'll be stoned to death. A broken heart and bleeding bones is all that you'll be left with. You'll be dealt with. When they find out that you sound more like the woman in Proverbs 5, quote, her mouth is as smooth as oil, but her end is as bitter as wormwood, sharper than a two-edged sword, unquote. It won't be funny when they realize how much that verse really summarizes your personality, so just face reality and be quiet. Oh well, at least you tried. I'm sure God will understand why you buried your talent. He'll understand why, just like Saul, you decided to pick man over his voice. You had no choice. I'm sure God will understand. So you'd better go back to that same old routine and keep repeating the same fruitless activity, all in the name of facing reality. Oh well. But if I say I will no longer speak or mention his name, then something deep within me is like a burning fire shut up in my bones. You're trying to shut me up. I'm telling you to give me up, because no matter how hard you try, I will continue to testify about a man who was crucified for me. I will continue to sing of his praises forever and ever. And yes, I'm not faithful, and most times I can be ungrateful, knowing fully well he went to Calvary and shed all his blood for me, and it's through this same blood that I have overcome the evil one, but also through the word of my testimony. There's healing in your testimony. There's breakthrough through your testimony. You're made new through your testimony, because our God isn't focused on our outsides, but our insides. He's not focused on the vanity of showing yourself off to all the priests of the world so you can be called a leper no more. My God is looking for the leper that will come back and say thank you. The one who's focused on the healer, not the breakthrough. The one who's focused on the Savior, not just so he can save you. The one who's focused on you, because it's all about you. The one who is willing to tell her story so she can give all the glory to you. The one who understands what it means to worship in spirit and in truth. Because it's never been about the stage or the fame, but so that we can proclaim your name. And yes, I know I stand before kings and not mere men. But if you were not sitting there, I would still be standing here, and I will scream and shout and let it all out, because I can't stay silent. I can't stay silent about my God and all that he has done for me. So nice try, devil, you almost had me. But you forget, before you start spreading all your lies, you forgot to realize that you never really had me. Thank you. So this next piece for the other brother is called Thus Says the Lord. I'm just going to jump right into it. They do not know me, although they think they do. They do not know me. The way they speak shows this true. I cannot blame them. After all, I'm invincible. How can you ID he who you cannot put a name or a face to? But I gave them many clues. Creation, for one, your very existence, two, this isn't new. You're used to things that you cannot see, too, like the air that you breathe or the mighty crushing wind. But it seems when it comes to me, I am missing. It's like taking a group picture, only to have a look, and to look at only you. I guess when you take a picture with an invincible God, you only see you. Take, for instance, a conference that's called His Power and His Presence. But I bet you that Sister Patience only wants His presence in her business so she can stop seeing inflation and abundance. And Brother Steve only wants his power so he can holler. And everyone can attest that he really is a man of God. It stopped being about me ages ago. It's about you and your ego. What you want to do for me. How you want to build a house for me. But David, if you really knew me, you would know that your wish is simply impossible because your whole world in its entirety is just about enough for me to place my feet. I'm not mad. I think you're sweet. You bought a brand new cart for me. A brand new cart to bring back home the Ark of Covenant. But did you check His will? Did you check its wheels? Because this cart is stumbling when it comes to the threshing floor. The threshing floor where you separate the grain from the chaff. Did you search your heart? Or is there gain ingrained in the fabric of your service? Are you in service to mark attendance or pay eye service? Or are you in His presence? Because there's no other place you would rather be. I'm calling you back to a heart of worship where we can worship in spirit, where our worship is true, not just so He can rain down His blessings on you. Have taken me like all these other man-made idols. You come with your wishes and you tip me with your offering. And what's annoying is that your requests only reflect how little you see me. You ask me to pay your bills when I've put nations at your feet. Can't you see? I first loved you. I chose you. I called you. And there is nothing that you can ever do to earn, maintain, or sustain this love. Don't get me wrong. I will bless you with a blessing that you do not have room for. And you will receive more than you can ever ask or seek. But seek me first. Put me first. Because when heaven kisses the earth is more than all these earthly things. Is deep. Calling into the deep is the revelation of the hidden and the secret things. It is you giving Him the fruit of your lips as an offering. And it is Him using a burning coal to purify your lips. It's an exchange. It's a transaction. It's an intercourse. It's more than just a song or a chord. It's more than the right key. The key is to give Him you as a living sacrifice, broken with your thorns and your weaknesses. And He, in return, with His touch, giving you the strength to be His witnesses. When heaven kisses the earth, you become the worship.